Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo January 10, 2023. New insight into an old relationship or your own psyche can be enlightening today, and quite useful as well. The Sun aligns with retrograde Mercury in your solar 8th house, making it a powerful time to delve into your feelings and intimate thoughts. If you're a little self-absorbed now, it may very well be a valuable exercise. Thoughts, ideas, news, or conversations about private or financial matters now can lead to important directions or developments in the future. You can gain a big clue or further information on a matter, but it's not yet time for a conclusion. There's more to the story. Things have been changing for a long time and not everything has remained the same. Especially with regards to your love life, your partner and you don't connect as well as you did anymore. But this is not a necessary development. Today is the ideal day to solve long overdue issues and make a new beginning. Be courageous and talk about your shared wishes and ideas. You will see that the connection of your hearts is closer than you thought. Find your footing. This temporary loss of control is not going to stick, but it will give you food for thought as the Sun in Capricorn conjuncts Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. You might feel unsure of a financial commitment or professional bond since there might be a greater risk. The cost of a commitment could become quite an entanglement if you are not reading the fine print, which might become apparent during the conjunction. Use the conjunction as your time to investigate to feel a little more empowered and equipped to handle whatever comes up. As the Sun and Mercury align in your financial sector, this is not just a coming together of the Sun's transparency and Mercury's smart head for money. With Mercury in retrograde motion and both having come under pressure from past full moon in your income sector, this is helping to make sense of where you have been and where you are going, just as any financial tension is turning into motivation on both sides of the financial fence. Why do you keep looking at today's transit with such a quizzical stare? You want me to do what? Your emotional self is highly active right now in ways that you don't normally experience. Express this surprise. Dance, move, run upstairs, and let the energetic friction out that may be in your body due to these vibrations. Your temper may be short when you least expect it to be. Don't block yourself with judgment, just be sure to let out your mixed feelings with short, quick physical sprees. You may find that you need to express your artistic nature in a spiritual light. Go for it. On this day, you probably will find that your creative insights are more contemplative and spiritual. Be letting yourself explore this aspect of yourself. Chances are you will find new methods of communication. Take some solitary time today to explore these new modes. You may be amazed at what you're able to pull out and put into your work. As Venus is spending her first weekend in an adventurous part of your chart and Mars is last in retrograde motion in Gemini, this is allowing her to catch up. Mars is coming to a standstill ahead of next week's turnaround, and while they won't form a friendly aspect for another 2 days, this is already helping to fuel a passion for adventure and a sense of some exciting times ahead. At the same time, before leaving your income sector and wrapping up past full moon, the moon is helping to fuel your resolve across the income, work, and career fronts. As Venus, the planet of love, spends her first weekend in an adventurous part of your chart, her mission to bring the spirit of romance and adventure together has already been given a significant boost. It was a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet series in your romantic sector yesterday that was just a taste of things to come. Meanwhile, it is your relationships that will benefit from the moon's return to your communication sector today. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn and Uranus retrograde in Taurus unite today. Contrary to popular belief, this planetary connection can bring clarity to matters and allow us to see situations from a different perspective. The world seems larger, clearer, and lovelier when we look at it from a million miles away with no judgment. If you have news to share, now is the time to express yourself. You will be heard and seen by those you love. You may feel unusually cross or ill-tempered during this time. Emotions loom large and seem practically unmanageable. Your body seems to have a mind of its own, cravings may feel too strong to push aside. This is perfectly natural. One useful herbal remedy for this feeling is chamomile tea. Chamomile is known as the baby remedy, for it soothes a cranky baby and restores balance after a fever. You may drink the tea or actually put tea bags in your bath. While a friendly aspect between Venus in your career sector and Mars in your income sector won't peak until tomorrow, they are already in harmony and at an important time for both. Venus is forging a path for the Sun to follow when he returns in 10 days, and that includes connecting all the dots across the income, work, and career fronts. With Mars slowing ahead of his direct turn in 4 days, as the planet of money, Venus is the perfect planet to exploit both untapped income potential and to prepare for the turnaround ahead. While the Moon is still 2 days away from its first visit to your romantic sector for the year, as it will then go on to make its first visit to your relationship sector for the year just a few days later, there are some important days coming up on both fronts. This makes today's clash between the Moon and Venus today and any work and life balance issues this might expose the right reminder at the right time. After sunup, the Leo Moon opposes Venus in Aquarius, stimulating insecurity. We feel distant from others, even if we are in a room full of people. Failing to achieve the validation we desire can cause us to showboat for attention. Naturally, this only further damages our self-confidence. The real issue now is not that others do not value us, it's that we do not value ourselves. Take the energy you would put into people-pleasing and invest it instead in the creative pursuits that bring you joy. If we make our own happiness, people will flock to us in order to be a part of it. Before noon, the Moon sextiles retrograde Mars in Gemini, helping us to cooperate with others. If we've chosen a creative pursuit to busy ourselves with during the Moon-Venus opposition, this influence will help us to sink into our passion project and achieve success in this venture. However, this aspect is not just about achieving accolades. It is about the internal gratification we attain for doing something that has merit to us. It is about being brave enough to see our efforts through despite the odds. The Moon's first visit to a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart for the year is both some light relief after the heaviness that the full moon of the last few days brought and a chance to put its work-life balance reminders into practice. This was a full moon that will always fall at some point during the Sun's month-long visit to your career sector, and it came when this new professional year was already getting off to a good start. Following on from that, today's playful lunar vibes are another reminder that life can't be all work and no play. The Moon's first visit to your romantic sector for the year has already got off to a good start thanks to its friendly aspect to Jupiter in Aries yesterday. The Moon will also form the same aspect to the asteroid Eris, just as the warrior princess of the cosmos has come to a standstill in her final days in retrograde motion. This is highlighting the new and old doors that are open.